Still in Takamatsu at Hiramatsu Shunshoen in Koji's amazing new workshop facility. Hopefully with the lifting of restrictions soon, you'll be able to come and enjoy some of this space and learn from the master himself. He's given me this rather interesting Shinpaku, a Toegawa, like the last one. The beautiful fine foliage of the Toegawa is what the feature of this species is, this variety. This one's pretty unique. As it comes around, you can see there are 5 that have been planted together from a fairly young age and twisted and turned and created shari and everything like that. So it's a challenging tree, this one, definitely. Trying to pick a front line is the most interesting part of this one for sure. The biggest problem from this side, while the trunks work together pretty well, this is very flat through here. The 3 trunks themselves are very flat line. It's a very straight line across the front, so it's not very interesting. There's also really no nabari to speak of here at all either, so it's presents definitely some challenges as to what to do there. So the front choice is going to be around this side for the viewing angle. At least this way we see a little bit of nabari on the base. You won't be able to see that too much at the moment probably, but there's a little bit more interest and character in the way the trunks dance together through this area here. There's a little bit more depth to all that design as well. But the challenge is that you don't see the 2 trunks that are at the back of this arrangement. So definitely one for the operating table to see what can come from it. At the moment, the plan will be to work with the 3 main trunks to start with at least. Not wanting to cut any of the trunks off. Koji also would like all 5 trunks kept on this one. So we'll gin the top of this little one here, bring it back to the smaller foliage. There is the avenue in here, whilst there's the shari here. This trunk here is got mostly live vein around the back, and if we can carve out the dead wood that's in this part of the tree, we should be able to bend this one over and pull the apex of this tree here into this space here between the main, what will be the main tree and the smaller tree. Then the next challenge is what to do with the 5th trunk, the one at the back here, because it very much goes away from the arrangement here. So probably be looking at doing a similar thing of carving out some of the dead wood that's in these and separating the 2 veins there, so at least we can create some movement to come through that point and see if this can be pulled in a little bit closer to the arrangement and use the branching of this one to come out on the low side of this trunk where there isn't any branching on here. So a few options to explore. This one will definitely be pretty much just a work in progress to see how it does unfold. I'm going to start with the little trunk, to do some design work on that. I'll take some photographs of this one through the stages and see how it comes out in the end. I think this one will take a little bit of time to sort out all the interesting parts of it. So hopefully we'll come out with an interesting outcome at the finish, and fingers crossed that the bonsai gods are on our side to make some of those things happen on moving those interesting trunks. So, see how we go. So the main wiring's been done. Branches are set pretty close to where they probably need to be, but there'll be some adjustments as the trunks move. The challenge now, as I talked about earlier, is how to set up the trunks now, how to make the trunks fit in together. Because as you can see, they don't all work together from any one sort of viewing angle. We can't see all 5 at all. It's a good thing to do. If you have 5 trunks, you might as well see them all, right? So to come from this side, what we want to do now is use this as the front still. Still happy with how these 3 trunks work together, but this main one at the back here, you can't see at all. This one in behind, and there's a huge space in here between these trunks here. There's a massive big hole in through there. So the challenge is to try and carve out the deadwood, as I'd said earlier as well, in the bottom of these trunks here. Have it so it's fairly hidden in behind the base of the trunks. This one here we'll carve out in the middle here, I think, is the best way to do this, and see if we can bend that over so that from the front view, eventually when we view from here, we can see this trunk here come into this space, And this one here will pull closer so that it becomes part of the arrangement and not so detached, and hopefully we can see the branches in there. So a little bit of play time to go with some power tool in there to get the deadwood away and see if we can get some flexibility into the live vein and see how it goes. So pretty happy with that, how it's worked out. It's paid off in the end. So just so you can see a little bit closer, I've hollowed out all the deadwood up under here and taken that away and reduced some of the deadwood in here to make it a bit more flexible at the base. This one was the biggest one. You can see we've taken away all of the deadwood just to expose the two veins. This one was dead completely in the middle and just had a vein either side. So that's worked out fairly well, and I've kept the hole low enough so that you can't see it from the front. So that works. So the vein on this side has torn away from the deadwood and split a little bit. So I've just put this bit of bracing around here, just a bit like a cable tie, and put some of the putty inside there to help the healing with that, because it has a little split in the center of it here as well, up through here. So hopefully that should heal up pretty good, because we basically just split the vein in half like this, so it'll still continue to flow up both sides. So pretty happy with how that's come out. Need to just tweak a few more of the branches now to make it fit, and then we'll get the final picture up when she's finished. But you can see now at least that the trunks all work together a little bit better. Still a little bit harder to see that back one, but you can at least see it through the gap here, and it's visible.